Well, hello my lovers, and welcome to Cutter's Choice Classic Cooking Club. Now, something a bit different for the channel today. A little while ago, a friend of mine in Bristol, Keith, gave me a jar of his homemade Sweet Chilli Jam, and I was very pleased to receive it, and I brought it home and I'm like, well, what do I do with it? I've absolutely no idea. So I had to do a Google, and it said, yeah, it's nice with like cheese and crackers and that sort of thing. So I tried it and I was like, wow, this is fantastic. And so a few things that I've had it on is not just cheese and biscuits, but cheese on toast, poached egg on toast, scrambled egg on toast, stuck it in an omelette. I've had it in a chicken sandwich, which is fantastic. I've used it in cooking. I did a vegetarian dish with peppers and beans, and it said to put some sweet chili jam in. And a bit of a weird one, I done egg and bacon in a hot cross bun and put some sweet chili jam in, and that just blew your mind. So anyway, we're going to go through and make some sweet chili jam. So this is a recipe off the BBC Good Food magazine. Okay, so the ingredients you need are 8 red peppers, deseeded and roughly chopped, 750 grams of golden castor sugar, like that, a tin of chopped cherry tomatoes. Now the original recipe says 250 ml of red wine vinegar. I'm using Brendan's cider vinegar. I've been told by a couple of people that cider vinegar is better, so I'm doing it with Brendan's cider vinegar. That's how it comes. It's not whiskey, it's cider vinegar. I got a deal with him. I get a bottle of that. It's a litre. Is it a litre? I think it's a litre. Oh no, 700 of cider vinegar, and he gets 2 pints of beer. So the original recipe is for 8 cloves of garlic. I thought these cloves of garlic were a little bit small, so I went for 10, and that left one on the bulb, so I thought I'll chuck that in as well, so 11. And then we've got the main event, 10 red chilies. Now I'm going for a medium heat chili. I don't want to burn my mouth out. So they're just from the supermarket. I'm going to buy some plants and grow my own so I can keep making this. So 10 red chilies, a pair of gloves to chop your chilies up with, and that is a top tip there, my friends. I can assure you, you don't want to rub your eye or touch yourself in an intimate place once you've been chopping chilies without gloves. And then lastly, some ginger. Now you see that was left over from the last batch, so a top tip of what to do with your leftover ginger is to peel it, and you can just put it in a plastic bag if you like. I vacuum packed it and chuck it in the freezer, and so that's going to be going in. So that's all the ingredients, and you will need a heavy bottomed pan to boil it in, and a food processor to chop it all up. So that's the ingredients, let's get going. Right, so I've loaded up some in the food processor. I had to buy the food processor to make this because we never owned one before, so it's come in very handy actually. So not just for doing this, but the wife likes to make cakes or pastries and all that. She can do all that in there, and chopping things up, absolutely brilliant. So this is bought off of Amazon. It's a Russell Hobbs 600 watts, comes with various tools, and we've been very pleased with it. So So we've got it all set up, locked in place and all that. So the important thing when you're grinding all this up or chopping all this up is make sure it's chopped up fine. Alright, so I'm going to get it going and let it whiz for a bit. Right, gloves are on just to make sure I don't forget. So I'm going to chuck the garlic in. I can go in like that. Right. Do you like my scissors? Look at that. Fucking dog got them. Where's the camera? There we are. So yeah. We'll try and cut them open. There we go. Bloody dogs. Right. Okay. In goes the ginger, bit of juice that's in the bag. Right, and then start chopping the chilies, seeds and all, chuck all them in. The amount of chilies you use or what type, it's entirely up to you. So I don't want to burn my mouth out. I don't mind a little bit of heat at the back of my throat, but I don't want to burn my mouth out. So this is just 10 medium hot chilies. So I think growing chilies is going to be a bit more, a bit better for me than growing hops, because I don't think hops are worth growing. But if that's what people want to do, then that's fine. But a lot of effort for a little reward, I think, with hops. But chilies, well, definitely worth doing. Right, let's take a glove off and we'll reposition the camera. So there they are, they're all in. Is that everything in there? I think it is. Okay, let's get it going. Fantastic. As I just realised, these tomatoes are peeled Italian cherry tomatoes, but they're not chopped. So I'm going to chuck that in there as well. Yeah, they're not chopped, like. Just realised that. Let's swish that round with a bit of vinegar. Well spotted, Cutter. Right. Oh, the glove was stuck in it then. There we go. Right on. Okay, so that's that. Oh, missed a bit. Not leaving anything. Right, okay, so to that we're going to add 750 grams of golden castor sugar. Don't know why golden castor sugar. Any castor sugar, even granulated, would do. I suppose castor sugar is going to dissolve easier. And then the remainder of the 250ml of cider vinegar. Mix that up. Right, let's get the heat on. So we're going to bring that up to a boil, and then we're going to simmer it for 50 minutes. We're going to take off any scum that comes to the top, and then we're looking for a sort of bubbling lava consistency. That looks lovely. Right, okay. I'm going to make sure I've got everything in, and let that go. Now I'm going to go and get some jars to put it in, and we'll talk about putting it into jars in a minute. Here she goes, she's up to the boil. Now remember, it needs stirring regularly as it comes up to the boil. I'm going to skim off this scum off the top. Looks out, we want to keep that, I think. I tell you what, the smell is just absolutely fantastic. It fills the whole house. It's a bit like when you're mashing, to be fair. Not the smell, but the way it fills the house. Right, okay, so I'm going to reduce that down to a good simmer. And we're going to set a timer. Alexa, 50-minute timer.
50 minutes, starting now.
Right, so while that's bubbling away, and it's been going for about 20 minutes I suppose so far, the smells are just intensifying. It's just, someone needs to invent smell-o-vision, I tell you. Right, so obviously we need to put the jam into jars, so the jars need to be sterilised. So one way of doing it is you wash your jar, give it a rinse, and while it's wet, put it upside down with the lid on a baking tray and put it in the oven at 180 degrees centigrade for 15 minutes. Alright, but we're home brewers, so we're not going to do that. We've got Sterilizing. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to drop this down. So I've collected a few jars. These were a couple of chili jams that I bought off of Amazon because I finished the jam from Keith, and I was sat there one Saturday and I was like, I need chili jam. And one thing when I was talking to Keith about this, and I totally agree with him, is that he said the chili jam, it's addictive, and I can back that up because I was sat there, I need chili jam, and I went on to Amazon and I got some delivered the next day, but it was like, well, it's pot luck. I got that one. That's probably better than that one, but neither of them are a patch on the homemade stuff. So, but the jars, they're small jars, they're good for giving it away. So that's what I'm going to do with them. So these are just going to go into the Sterilizing. Like that. I've got 3 small jars. one smallish. And there's the first one. So that's about all it needs. Well, actually, when I think of it, I'm just going to just spray the worktop, the draining board with Sterilizing. That's that, and then these can sit on there upside down like that. Is it like that until we're ready to fill. Okay, I won't bore you with all of that. I'll be back. So this is the good simmer that I was talking about. That's what we want. But make sure you keep stirring because it will catch and burn. Alexa, stop. Okay, that's the 50 minutes up. Now watch this. Let's see if I can push the button the right way. Oh, I did as well. There we are. Right, so we've got quite a thick consistency, and it's bubbling like lava. Ow, shit, and it don't have hurt when it catches you. Right, off it goes. We're going to let it cool down just for a little bit, 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes we'll let it cool down. Yeah. I just see the wall. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, wrong way. Look at the state of the wall. All the splashes. Look at it. Oh dear. Just as well the missus popped up the shop. But yeah, so there we are. That's with the gas off and it's still bubbling. Right. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that, and we'll chuck it into the jars. Alexa, stop. Right, oh, Alexa, stop. Right, okay, time to fill up the jars. Now then, when I first done this, and this is only my second go at it, I was like, how am I going to fill the jars? How am I going to fill the jars without it all going out the sides? So anyway, I remembered I had a spare funnel, but obviously the funnel's not very big. So the answer to that was cut the spout off. So that fits nicely in the jar. Right, okay, so in it goes. That'll do, I think. So that one there, that one there. Put the lid on while it's still hot, so when it cools down it creates the vacuum. Make sure it's tight. Okay. There we go. Right, I'll tell you what, I shouldn't have licked the spoon because I'm going to need it in a minute. Oh, bloody wasted some then. Ow, I ate them bloody... Right, what are they called? Cookers, always banging your head on them. Right, here we are, quick wash. It's only me going to be eating this anyway. Whoa. Cool the bottom a little bit now. Oh, it's right to the top. Nope. Oh. Okay, that's it. Job done. Right. Oh, lovely. Right, I'm gonna let the pan cool, and then give it a bloody good licking. Excuse the euphemism. so well, you've seen what I got. Let's get this off. So that's what I got. Right, okay, so that's all put away and all that. So this is one that I did. This is my first attempt actually, and I hope you can see sort of like the lovely red colour. Lovely red colour on there. It's a beautiful flavour. It's can't really smell anything on it, to be fair. That. You can pick up the... Oh, that's a little bit hotter than the one I've just made. So, it's really fresh and vibrant. That's the main thing. Or the first thing. And you get the sweetness. And then you get the heat. Now I'm just getting the heat coming through. You can tell there's garlic and chilli in there. Not overpowering, it's sort of there. You know it's there, but it's not dominant. And like I said before, have it in a bacon sandwich, cheese on toast, chicken sandwich, anything like that, anything you fancy. Just chuck a bit of sweet chili jam in it. And wow. There is another way of making sweet chili jam. So that way it's sort of using the cider vinegar and preserving sugar. So it's got the pectin in it. So and if I remember correctly, it's just the cider vinegar, the pectin sugar, and chilies, and like blitz the chilies up, add it to the cider vinegar and the sugar, bring it up to whatever temperature for a soft set point, and which they test on a saucer. But I really fancy doing this recipe. I absolutely love it, and I highly recommend you give it a go, because and just get hooked on the stuff. It's amazing. Right, okay. That's it, my lovers. So, thank you for watching Cutter's Choice Classic Cooking Club. Took a while to get to say that without mistakes. So anyway, have a bash, give it a go. You won't be disappointed. Right, take care. Cheers, my dears. Stay safe.